Buenos dias, Gunnerz Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a torta with some bad habits. Bye up, bye up. Let's get to the intro. Welcome back to the channel, and if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I appreciate all the support, man. I'm very humbled. I'm very humbled to be here to appreciate the support, because last night I thought it was all bad, right? So have you ever been woken up in the middle of the night when you're in a good sleep? I mean, a good fucking just sleep, right? And you hear something and it just discombobulates you. You jump up quick and you're like, you're hiding shit you don't even have. You know what I'm saying? You reminisce back to the days when you had to tuck it like, fuck it, right? Literally, that happened to me last night. And there was some real shit behind it. So let me explain to you how I came that close to getting arrested, man. It was all bad. So I was knocked out. It was about, let's say about midnight last night. And I was sleeping comfortable in that California King, man, just relaxing. My lady was on the side of me. You know what I'm saying? Rolling with the motherfucking white girl on the side of me. Can't stop with the OGG, right? You can't stop me. And so she was knocked out. Her sleep pattern goes off of my snoring. So every time I go, she takes a breath in. So that's gay. It's just perfect. It's like harmony. It's like Bone Thugs, right? And so we're knocked out of sleep, and it was a little warm in the room. So I had to open up the window to get the little breeze in, you know, so the air circulates. Because I don't know about you, man. I don't like the smell of feet, and I don't like the way my feet smell. So as I got it open, I got the TV. We were watching some movie last night on Netflix, and then I was just we were at Netflix and chilling, right? I let it play or whatever till it just cuts off and goes to the home screen, whatever, right? I'm knocked out, and all of a sudden I hear a megaphone loud. And this is exactly what the megaphone said. And I thought I was dreaming. It said, "Do not leave your home. Everything is being recorded. You are surrounded." I jumped up. I took my chain. I ran to the room. Where's the burner? The gat, what the? Where's it at, right? Don't even got one, but was just like, oh, shit. Started hiding shit, right? Unnecessary stuff. And I was like, and I looked at my chick. She woke up and she was like, "Do you hear that?" So I knew I wasn't dreaming. I knew I wasn't fucking fabricating shit in my mind. Like, she heard it too. And I was like, what the fuck was that? So I ran to the living room, looked through the windows, didn't see no cops, didn't see nothing, right? I said, what? That shit sounded like it was right here. Now, remember, I had the window open so you could hear everything. Surround sound, HD, right? 5G. So I'm like, oh, man, what was that? And she was like, it sounded like they said, you're surrounded. I said, that's what I heard, right? So immediately I called one of the homies. Woke him up out of sleep, or he was just chilling or whatever he was doing, right? And I was like, hey, bro, this is what he's like, oh, man, shit, that sounds crazy, right? So I'm thinking maybe I'm hearing things and it's making her hear things. I don't know, because I looked out of every window and I don't see no lights. I don't see nothing, right? So whatever. So I'm chopping it up with the homie. We're bullshitting. And he was like, why you call me and shit? I was like, shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man, for friendly advice. And you know what I'm saying? Because if I'm going to jail, homie, you know what I mean? Bye-bye. And so there's nothing for me to really be concerned about at all. It's not like I'm out here fucking doing anything illegal, right? But still, you just don't know nowadays, man. Sometimes they get the wrong person, and I'll be that right person to get wrong, right? And so I start getting a little frustrated, a little angry, like, man, they woke me up out of a good sleep, man. I just got I'm trying to sleep. So I'm starting to doze off. So I tell the homie, all right, I'll get at you in the morning or tomorrow, right? He's like, all right, bro, you have a good one. Boom. As soon as that is, I hear it again. Do not leave your home, right? We have it surrounded. Everything is being recorded. Plain as day. My chick's like, what the fuck is that? So I look out the windows again. This time I'm all sneaky and shit like a tweaker. What's going on, right? Nothing. So I said, well, maybe there's like a manhunt or something. Maybe it's not necessarily for me. You know, obviously being an ex-con, you automatically think everything's for you. You know, hey, my sister fuck around and get pulled over, and I'll be like, were they looking for me? Did they ask about me? She's like, nah, motherfucker, they said my blinker was broke. Oh, shit, they didn't say my name, though, right? She said, no, of course not. They didn't say Gunnerz Collective? You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know. These motherfuckers be hating. Haters be putting shit on you. She was like, no, fool, they said my blinker was broke and wrote me a little ticket. Was my name on the ticket? You know what I mean? So hella paranoid because I'm so used to being incarcerated and I'm very institutionalized still, even after all these years, that anytime I see a cop, all of a sudden I sit up straight. You know, you're cruising. Hey, full insurance, full coverage, licensed up the game. Hey, no, you got a record, right? But no tail, I ain't got no parole, no probation, no none of that, man. I'm just boozing, right? What is that called? Bruising? I'm bruising, bicking back, being boo, bruising on Paru, chilling with the homies, right? And I'm cruising, and all of a sudden I see a cop. He's going the whole opposite direction, looking at a tweaker white dude that's got his tongue all fucked up, right? And I do this. Immediately turn the music down to that and flip my hat up. What's up, bud? Like, I don't want no issues, no problems. In fact, I ain't gonna lie, man. One time I was so paranoid back in the days that I got one of those stickers that said Jesus saves. And I put it on the back of the car because I figured if I had that, they'd figure I'm a Christian and not pull me over. Shit. They pulled me over, took that car, and suspended my license. It was all bad. But anyway, so this is what's happening last night. So I'm tripping. I'm like, yeah, maybe something's going on in the neighborhood. Maybe we shouldn't just go out there. Because I've had that issue before. Look, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you guys the rundown on that. So anyways, we're kicking back about 5 minutes after that last, hearing that. Boom, a big old spotlight hits my house. And I duck. Oh, shit, right? My girl's like, what are you ducking for? They can't see in here, motherfucker. There's walls. I said, well, shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they got that new X-ray spy tech shit. She was like, you're tripping, right? I said, you didn't hear it? Right? She was like, oh, no, I heard it. I heard it. I'm tripping too a little bit, but not as much as you are. So I'm like, man, let me just put my head under the blanket. You know when you were little, you put your head under the blankets and then everything goes away? The monster under the bed ain't under the bed no more? Fucking blanket over my head. So we end up falling asleep. Now, before I tell you guys how it ended up and how I almost got arrested, let me rewind to years before that. I was living with a family member, a primo, right? And this fool had hella rules in his house. Hey, fool, if you're going to be out past 10 o'clock, because my grandfather used to tell us, don't be out past 10 because ain't nothing out there but bad news. Truth, right? But he used to say, hey, look, you're living here with me and my wife and my kid, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know why I let you live around. His wife had a big old butt, too. He ain't with her no more, so I could say that now. Shit, I said that then. I don't give a fuck, right? But he was like, I don't even know why I'm letting you stay. I was like, maybe the $900 I'm giving you a month. You know what I'm saying? Plus the toilet paper shit I'm buying at Costco. He was like, yeah, that could be part of the reason. Motherfucker, that's the whole reason. Stop it. So I remember I was sitting on the porch, right? And I was rolling a frajo, broke days, back when you had to roll cigarettes, right? So I'm rolling a frajo, and it's like 9:58, 59. Like, come on, man. I'm on the porch. You see me on the porch. You were on the porch drinking a beer with me. Motherfucker, stop it. All of a sudden I hear, click. He clicks the door. I'm like, this motherfucker, right? Scandalous ass motherfucker. He was sitting there looking at his watch, like, all right. Boom, got him, right? Like, oh, fool, you ain't gonna do me dirty like that. I'm gonna be doing the Fred Flintstone on that motherfucking door. So as I'm sitting there, man, cops cruise by and hit me with the spotlight. It's only 10 o'clock at night. I'm on the property. I ain't done shit, right? So I look at them, the cops, all of a sudden I see a whole bunch of them. They pull up on me. They're like, hey, you need to go in your home. I said, I can't. They said, what do you mean? Is this your home? I said, well, technically it is, but it isn't. And then all of a sudden I'm banging on the door like, oh, motherfucker, let me in. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't even gonna lie. At that time I had a thing on me, right? Help, right? My primo opens the door. He's like, well, fool, you know what's past 10? I said, look. He says, tell the cops. He's like, yeah, what'd you do? I said, motherfucker, I rolled the bugler. Let me in. So the cops are like, everybody needs to go inside their home. We're having an issue here. So we go. So my primo's like, you didn't bring those motherfuckers here? I said, come on, bro. Why I got to be the ex-convict all the time? Motherfucker, you did more time than I did. He's like, yeah, I did do that, though. I did that, right? So as we're looking through the window, all paranoid and shit, cops got the whole block blocked off, right? They're telling everyone on a megaphone, nobody come out of your house. It's not safe. Well, we're two ex-convict Norteño gang members at the time. We're coming out the fucking house. So we're on the porch defiant as fuck. The cop's like, you need to go in your home. My cousin's like, this is private property, motherfuckers, right? They're like, yes, but for your own safety, go in your home. He's like, for your safety, stop talking to me. I'm like, man, for my safety, I'm going to go to my room. Fuck this, right? And so what had happened was there was a strip club down the street. And there's two gangs got into it, the Hoovers and the 60s. Okay, they had got into it. Now, this was out of state. This was in Washington. This was not, right, California. So we're kicking back. I'm kicking back my primo's pad before I got my own pad and shit. And I guess they were at a strip club and the Hoovers and the 60s ran into each other. Now, there was some conflict of interest right there. Now, I know in LA, man, the Hoovers and the 60s don't really get along. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a lot of, back in the days, the Crips, the Bloods, all the brothers, man, they had a little bit of unity going on. But, sometimes young cats be getting into it. So this is true story. So these motherfuckers, I guess one of the Hoover dudes, man, he had a shotgun, right? And so I guess he had it at the dude, and they got into a fight, and the 60s dude fucking swung on, whatever happened, right? There's a lot of stories went around on this shit. But anyways, the cops, they got the whole fucking club surrounded. They got the dude in the parking lot, right? He has the fucking 60 dude hostage or whatever he's doing. And all of a sudden you could hear, we're on the porch. You hear pop, 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 pop. Then you hear boom, boom, right? And so everyone, the next day, like, oh shit, I'm like, I tell my cousin, oh, they smoked that dude. They did. They ended up killing him, right? But the next day, what it was they tried to say, oh man, they didn't, there was no shots, no pop, pop, pops. It was just him trying to shoot the other dude and then him killing himself. Motherfucker, I heard about 20 pops, pop, pop, 40 cals, 9mm, you could hear pop, 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 pop. They were letting loose, and then all of a sudden, boom, boom. So maybe he did end himself, but I highly doubt it. I think they grabbed the shit with boom, boom, whatever. So I'd been through something like that before. So anyways, fast forward 2025 last night. So now I'm all paranoid. They hit us with the spotlight. I'm ducking up under the covers. I end up falling asleep. So this morning I had to wake up. I usually get up about 5 a.m, do a few push-ups. I got to get ready, man, because I got kids to take to school and get ready and shit like that, right? So I'm kicking back. I'm not even tripping off what happened last night. I remember it, but it's like maybe it was some, and saying the area I live in is not the greatest. It's not the worst. It's not the greatest. Shit happens everywhere. You could be in the rich neighborhood and a dude could be fucking boning a chirujo and you don't even know it. Like, you just don't know what's going on next door. Weird shit. So as I'm kicking it, my chick wakes up. She has to go to work. So she's getting ready. It's now about 7 o'clock, right? So I got to take my kid to school. All right, man. So she's walking down. As I'm walking down, we're going to jam. And she jams. Boom. I take off, right? No big deal. Go do my thing. When I come back, there's a cop patrolling the area. It's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm licensed out the gate. I ain't even worried about it. As I pull in my fucking driveway, this motherfucker pulls behind me. Okay? He's like, can I talk to you? I said, not necessarily, but yeah, what's up, officer? He was like, where were you last evening? So right here, PC'd up in my cell, right here in my fucking room. What's up? He was like, yeah, there's a couple individuals that did a couple home invasions that we're looking for, and you fit the description of one. I said, why? He says, black male with the beard. I said, motherfucker, do I look black to you? He said, well, you got a beard. I said, but do I look? He said, you do got a big nose. I said, so what does that mean? Exactly what he said. I said, so what does that mean? I felt a little racist shit going on, right? But he was a brother though. He was a black cop, but he was like, look, man, I'm just saying you're in the same area. I said, look, bro, I live here. I heard the shit last night. I stood in my home like you guys said. You guys have it all on camera. You guys said you guys were recording. See, I never heard that before. That's that new school shit. Usually it's stay in your home before I kill you, right? It's usually that. This time it was stay in your home. You're surrounded. Everything is being recorded and monitored. I was like, damn, this sounds like a fucking prison phone call, right? Everything will be recorded and monitored, right? I'm like, what the hell's going on? So he's like, hey, I'm going to call some backup here. Just wait right here. Do you mind if you sit against my, they're parked at my pad. Do you mind if you sit against my, the back of the, what is that, by the trunk, right? So I'm sitting there. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, right? Now I have another kid I got to take to school. He's up there getting ready, right? I'm like, it's my nephew. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, right? Oh, hell no, man. He's going to tell his mom. His mom's going to trip out on me. Like, what are you into? What are you doing, right? So as I'm sitting there, this other cop pulls up. He's an asshole. He's a white dude, right? He comes up to me. He was like, yeah, we need your name, where you live, your landlord's name. I said, what the fuck? I am my landlord. Motherfucker, I own this shit. What's going on here, right? And he's just giving me the third degree. Where were you? I said, look, man, I'm not. He said it was African-American male. I'm not black, bro. I'm Mexican. You know what I'm saying? I lifted my shirt, raza right there, right? This is for la raza. Hey, I was proud to be Mexican like a motherfucker today. And I was like, man, I ain't got nothing to do with it. They were like, can you tell us where you were from the hours of this time? This time, I said, boning my old lady, drinking an Asahi and on live on YouTube. You were on live? You're a YouTuber? Yep. Boom, 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 boom. They looked. I was live last night, but it was earlier in the night. I guess this crime's happened about 9, 10-ish, right? I was already off the live. But I was like, man, saying I'm not going to go be doing live drinking and shit and then go out there and fucking do all this shit. So this other cop comes and he goes like, this ain't the guy. This ain't even close to the guy. Now, this ain't the guy. Look, we got a picture of the guy that they're looking for. And I'm like, damn. They're like, oh, we're so sorry, sir. You can go, about what time did you hear this shit going on? I said, all fucking night. You guys hit my house with the spotlight. They said, yeah. Well, the fucking shit happened right behind your house. So I got in my house, there's like a back fence, right? There's homes right behind my house. You know, it's a street on the other side. This motherfuckers, I guess, were hitting licks. All them house. Thank God they didn't come on my shit because it would have been all bad for them. I promise, right? Man, not for me. My old lady would have went off and they would have had to deal with that bullshit. So anyways, man, I came close. They were already, them two cops, the brother was going to snatch me up. He was already like, you want to take a seat in the back of my car? No, hell no, I don't want to take a seat in the back of your car. Motherfucker, I want to take a seat in the front of my car and get the hell up out of here. I want to go on the run from my house and I didn't even do nothing. And I was getting a little frustrated, a little agitated. And that's the cool part of the situation is you're like, when you're innocent and you're questioning something, they act like you're not innocent. And why are you questioning it? Motherfucker, I got to question everything. You know what I'm saying? Let me call my family lawyer. You know what I'm saying? He specializes in child custody cases, but right now, so let's get, I feel like I'm a child in custody, right? So I was really tripping, but thank God, man, it wasn't me. You know, they might have seen me in the household, but it wasn't me. I had nothing to do with anything, but I tripped out on that. Shit woke me up out of dead sleep. And I just knew I have that bad luck and that feeling like, oh man, something bad's going to go down for your boy. So anyways, thank God nothing happened, man. But I do want to let you guys know I'm going to be taking a trip sometime this weekend. I will be doing content. That's a fact. We're going to get supers on super. We got supers giving supers piggyback rides. But I will be doing some content. I'm going into a danger zone, right? I'm going into a zone. I'm going to try a little something different I haven't tried before, right? Or I have way back in the days. But we're going to try a little something different and bring a new element to the channel, a little bit dangerous. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Again, man, if you guys have not joined my memberships, you know, do that. There's going to be perks pretty soon, meaning, man, free giveaways like I used to do. So make sure you join my memberships as well as Dubs. Go help the homeboy out. We will be going live tonight, man, and dropping some bangers. Today is Friday. And usually I don't do too much on Fridays because I got so much going on Fridays, right? But being that I'm all pumped up and I had the cuffs almost on, so it's okay. I'm free at last, free at last. Oh, God, mighty am I free at last. I'm about to get into it today, man. I got content giving content piggyback rides. Are you guys ready for fuck Jake and Rebecca Fridays? Well, I got that for you coming later on. Also, make sure you go to the Collective Clips, like and subscribe, and go over there and get you some of that smooth ass super comedy because I got you. Anyways, man, thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate all the support. I'm gonna get up out of here respectfully. Gracias, man. With that being said, I just want to let you. Oh, also, we will be going live tonight, man. We got a give. It's not a giveaway. It's kind of like a raffle. We're going to explain all the details to you in our community post today. So make sure you guys tap in, man. There's something up for grabs, man, that you just might want, man. And I guarantee you'll get it immediately. And it's the bomb. Believe me, the super bomb. Anyways, man, with that being said, all details will be in mine and Dub's community post. We will be going live tonight. I'd say about 7:30. So make sure you guys tap in for that. And we appreciate you. This video is being sponsored by Vadu Liquors, man. If you're in the Central Valley, in the 219 area, in Turlock, make sure you tap in, go to the Vadu, get you some of the coldest things going on right now, man. I appreciate the support. Thumbs up or thumbs down. See, heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. Hey, there's haters right now that are like, I wish you would have got locked up with the wife. I would have just went in there and got off where I was mad at. Then they'd have put me in a cell. I got a lawyer. I'd have bailed out, and I'd have been right here for content purposes. Bang, bang.